The common 7th chord page is very basic 7th chords with no additives or preservatives. It, generally speaking, as you're playing through a chord progression, you could take everything out of the first 2 lines and alternate, because a chord progression will often travel around those circle of 5th, circle of 4th. So I might go C minor from the first line. Now these fingerings are suggested. I don't know. Someone might play a minor 7 like this with 4 fingers. That's kind of the singer-songwriter way to do it. Many of you will play a dominant 7 as a bar chord because it's easier to flop your fingers up. I'd recommend, if you can get to this claw shape where you're putting all 4 fingers down, it eliminates the doubling of the 5th and the doubling of the root, which makes this sound a little thick. But with a lighter touch, it could still sound okay. And sometimes I grab a bar chord because I'm in a hurry. But this is, you know, this is more of a clean jazz sound with only one of each voice. Having the ability to fold the 3rd finger down across 3 strings, for instance, for that minor voicing. It's useful. It's been useful in bar chords. Having the ability to fold the 1st finger down across 3 strings, for instance, that diminished chord, which could be played with 4 fingers. But if you can fold your 1st finger across, all right, that makes it easier, and it also, for like an E7 flat 9, it can become an E7 sharp 9 because your pinky is free instead of using 4 fingers to play that E7. So that's a personal thing, but there are suggested fingerings on here that can be useful. So first line, minor, second line, dominant, major, first line, major, second line, half diminished, first line, dominant, second line, minor, first line. That was the progression to Autumn Leaves, which is a very circular chord progression. So you just alter those first 2 lines. What I have found from a voice leading standpoint, that this sounds worse than this. Just has a smoother. I mean, that's fine. It's just a leap, you know. So the 3rd line is where I usually take my dominant 7 chord. The problem is there's no 3rd in that dominant 7. Obviously, there's no 5th. There's a 1, 3, flat 7, and another 1. There's no 5th. That's why there's no flat 5 or diminished chord in that row. The last line, that's upper 4-string chords that are the same notes as the 2nd line, just transferred to strings 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll talk about those when we talk about inversions. So we'll get back to that. I don't play that middle line very often. Sometimes I do when, you know, I'm kind of leading, I'm doing some voice leading, and I need a voicing that has the 3rd on top.
What's the middle line?
I'm sorry, the 2nd line. The 2nd line. That 2nd line. I don't play that 2nd line. I tend to play out of the 3rd line. We'll talk about that in a second. But that said, if I'm playing All the Things You Are, it has the 3rd in the melody. Those are all 3rds. Well, so it's the important part is knowing this bottom part where it tells you where's the root, where's the 3rd, where's the 5th, and where's the 7th. If I need a voicing with the 5th on top, I'll often play a chord. There are other voicings with the 5th on top, but I'll often play a chord off the first line here. If I need something with the 3rd on top, why does it matter?